Beast, good looking. Happy Sunday. At the end of the day, a Super Bowl t-shirt will be printed. We'll get you ready for both the AFC and NFC championships. Plus, there was controversy at UFC's Fight Night. Elle and I will have all of that on the way.
Yes, but Matt Baer, we are joined by Tim Legler, breaking down a game that looked like, at least for a little while, it was a rout in the making, but that's why they played two halves. Lakers in H-Town, trying to stop another box score barrage from James Harden. Good look. However, Scottie Pippen explaining how he would defend Harden on the jump.
I will attack his left hand and force him to beat me right. And I will give him not completely direct line to the basket, but almost inviting him to go take a layup.
Okay, so he's tied for second in the NBA legs when he drives left. He is tied for 40th in the NBA when he drives right, so it seems like it's a pretty good blueprint for how to defend him. And apparently Luke Walton was watching the jump. He's a fan because that's exactly their approach early on in this game.
Yeah, you have to get so high that literally he has no choice but to go right. And then the key is, right, what Contavious Caldwell-Pope did right there, stay behind him and allow then your help to second line of defense to come up. You see Josh Hart even employs the old hands behind the back technique, and he still gets contact from Lance Stevenson and a three-point play. But you're right, you've got to get so high on his left shoulder that step back in that direction is not available to him.
And same thing, again, KCP here, Harden's fighting to go left, but he drives and kicks it out. But again, the Rockets missed from deep.
Yeah, but see, and on that one, he was able to cross up, get to his left hand, and it broke them down on the weak side. They just missed an open look, which his role players did quite a bit of in the first half, missing wide open looks, and he's letting them know about it during the timeout.
Yeah, 25 three-point field goals missed, tied for most half in NBA history. Third quarter, Rockets down 18. That step back started working, and it worked well.
Yeah, that time Pope got too much in front of him, so James Harden was able to push off a little bit with that right hand and gets into his step back. And here again in transition, the defense runs past him, so he stops on a dime. Finally gets a little bit of rhythm from the three-point line.
Fourth quarter, this isn't a step back, this is a hop. The Rockets are making their way back. Take another look. He just got the bunny's legs.
It's a hop, and it's a shoulder to the solar plexus to just drive you off of him. And then the step back, again, three. That's obviously his favorite shot right now. One more time, again, gets the space. A little bit lucky there on the bank shot for the top of the key.
Harden shot 50% from three-point game. Under 5 seconds left. It's not Harden, it's Eric Gordon. Listen.
They find Gordon. Gordon puts up a three. Bang! Bang! He ties the game!
In his second game back after missing 8 games, Eric Gordon forces overtime. He had 30 in this one. He was huge.
Yeah, two defenders right there on the shot. Neither guy contested because I think there's such a fear of fouling three-point shooters now that he ends up getting a pretty clean look.
Second straight game for both teams that they had to go to overtime. Rockets up 6 now after that three-pointer from Harden. Last chance here for the Lakers. It's Hart inbounding to Kuzma, who had a great game and just makes a mistake.
Had a great game. Really tough spot for Josh Hart to give Kuzma the ball right there. If he can gather himself, he's got Brandon Ingram wide open under the basket, but unfortunately for him, rolls off his fingertips and the Rockets steal one.
Harden has 48 points. He's just 2 points shy of getting his third straight 50-point game. But when you look at the most points in a 3-game span over the last 50 years, Kobe Bryant tops the list with 175 points back in March of 2007. Kobe also scored 169 in a 3-game run in 06. Michael Jordan had 165 in 3 games in 1990. And then MJ had 164 in April of 87 as well. That leaves James Harden, who has 163 points in his last 3 games. Let's see.
What feels different? What feels right? What feels on? You're in rare air right now. You know that.
Nah, I'm just being me. I'm just being me. Be a little bit more aggressive. Shots are falling. That's it. I don't have anything to say. I'm just trying to do whatever it takes to rack up as many wins as we can. We've had the injury bug, but that's no excuse. We've had opportunities, close games, and we just got to close them out. But until we can get our full roster, we got to keep grinding away, and I'll do whatever it takes.
More numbers to digest on this run. Of those 163 points over the last 3 games, 0 have come off an assist from a teammate. It's the Beard running ISO and getting buckets by himself. Harden's streak of 30-point games is now up to 19, passing Elgin Baylor's run of 18 straight. Harden has just 46 more games to match Wilt's run of 65. Now, put it all together, Harden sees an average 35.7 points per. Only 4 guys have ever put up 35 over a whole season. Jordan, Kobe, Wilt, and everyone's Rick Barry.
Oh, yeah.
Tim Legler, thank you, sir. You'll be with us throughout the morning to talk about a busy night in the NBA, but it was a busy day in college basketball, the best of them all.
9, 8. Ignition sequence start. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. We are all witnessing history. Houston, the rest of the league has a problem. Raptors, Rockets, Friday at 8 on ESPN. Presented by State Farm.
Legs, Alan, Matt back with you. Sports Center on a Sunday morning. We'll get to all the NFL in just a minute, but first, more NBA action. Wild finish from the Thunder in 6. Oklahoma City had won 18 straight against the Sixers coming in. History between Russell Westbrook and Joel Embiid. Last time they met, January 28, 2018. Embiid with the dunk over Westbrook, gets himself a money's worth stare afterward, just kind of mouthing off to Westbrook. So back to present day, 2.5, 76ers down 4. Business decision there by Westbrook, Legs.
Yeah, good decision on his part. Yeah, they had this weird rivalry last year. Teams played each other twice in the regular season. Neither team's won a title, but they had a rivalry somehow. I don't know how you establish that.
And then you saw it again last night. Embiid maybe had a little extra sriracha as he was coming down to the Westbrook. Takes exception, he gets up knowing he's not going to get to it.
And I do think there was a little something extra there. I understand why Westbrook was a little bit upset. This guy's about, what, 280 maybe?
Yeah, watch it right here. There.
There.
The extra
Exactly
little
right.
shove down. Here are Westbrook and Embiid on that moment following the game.
Embiid foul late, was that just him landing on you? What was your objection to it?
I don't think he just landed on me. He had a little extra to it.
Oh, man.
But you know what I'm saying? But it's okay.
You guys are cool?
No.
I don't know why he was mad. I have no idea, but he's always in his feelings, so I have no idea.
This can go all day as far as I'm concerned. 20 seconds to go. Sixers down 3. Redick to Embiid and then draws the foul on Westbrook. Legs, agree or disagree?
No, he definitely made contact, and I'm good with it being a shooting foul. They want the swing-through call, which has been pretty popular nowadays, but I think that's a good call right there. If you're Westbrook, you got to just let him go.
So Embiid makes the 3 free throws, and then here, Jimmy Butler with a pick 6. Sixers take the lead.
One of the worst passes you're going to see this season by Dennis Schroeder right there. Just floats it up. Jimmy Butler reads it. And a game that really Oklahoma City controlled the entire time, it looks like they let it slip through their fingers.
Yeah, so it looks as if the Sixers are going to get this win, but this is just absolutely inexcusable at the end, Legs.
Yeah, you know where the ball's going. Westbrook's fouled out of the game, and you're going to run a simple pin-down action in the middle of the floor. A lot of space there. Paul George came off to his credit, recognized he had space, and was ready to shoot it as he caught it.
So the Sixers think they have a win. They watch it slip through, 117-115. Paul George, 31 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, none bigger than the 4 at the end of the game and the 4-point play. Legler, how does that happen at the end of the game when we know Westbrook's fouled out, you know Paul George is the only other option?
Well, it's called the anatomy, right, of a sideline out of bounds play and how you win a game. And Paul George made the right read. It's a really well-designed play. What you're trying to do is create space at the top of the key. You do that by running a couple of shooters to the opposite corners. I think it starts when you look at J.J. Redick. Every team has an option where you're going to put this guy. They decide they're going to take away the corner pass or the post pass, which means the top is going to be wide open. So you run this action here. This is all just a decoy. The key is the screen, right? Steven Adams is a wide guy. Jimmy Butler has to run around this thing. And you see the angle Paul George takes? Call this a banana cut. He shapes it so that he comes toward the pass. There's no way Jimmy Butler, having to avoid that Steven Adams screen, is going to be able to get there. The only question is Paul George going to catch it and then operate in a one-on-one position? Or is he going to catch it with his feet set, shoulder square, so he can unload? And that's exactly what he did. And most shooters, you have a good sense. If you've created space as you're coming off, you usually can feel it. If the guy is not near you, you know you should catch the basketball with your feet planted, ready to shoot, because you've got a little bit of time. Obviously, he gets to look, and then Jimmy Butler to compound that, fouls him on the three-point shot. I think 6 or 7 different times in that game, guys got fouled on three-point shots. It's amazing how that's such a different part of our game now. That was the Cardinal sin growing up, right? Never foul a three-point shooter. You see 5 or 6 of those a game now. It's unbelievable, and that one, obviously, a big one. And the Oklahoma City Thunder winning games, I really think they deserve to win because they outplayed Philly most of the night.
Okay, so the Sixers thought that they were going to win. So did the Lakers, but then the Rockets overcome a 21-point deficit off James Harden's 48 points. He has 163 unassisted points in his last 3 games. And I can't tell if that's a good or a bad thing, Legs.
Well, it goes against everything that you think good basketball is, right? Because we constantly talk about ball movement and promote that. They play a different way. So my answer to that would be it's a necessary way to play for this team. James Harden is not a guy that's going to move a lot without the ball. When's the last time you saw James Harden make a back cut for a layup? It's not going to happen. He wants to play with the ball in his hands. It's an absurd statistic to think that someone can score 163 points, and at no point does someone just pass you the ball and you shot it, whether that's on the break, on a layup, obviously off a catch and shoot if someone else drew attention. But James Harden's out there playing with a lot of role players right now that aren't capable of creating offense. So he's going to go do it himself, and that's how he's scoring right now. So it's worked for them. He has single-handedly gotten the Rockets back into playoff contention with the start that they had in the injuries.
A lot of Legler's game, we saw it in L's highlight, the step-back 3. You don't really need an assist to that. You just need space and footwork. Harden's got both. Legler with us all morning on SportsCenter. Thank you, sir.
Got it.